Aishwarya Ajit and welcome to Dove Nourishing Secrets presents Body and Mind Season 3 powered by Elaine Dairy. Workout on water, that too during the crisp early mornings of Dubai winter. Not sold yet? What if I told you that it's against the stunning backdrop of the Dubai Marina? Now it sounds better, doesn't it? So today it's all about floating on water. And to quote Muhammad Ali the Great, not so much like a butterfly, more like a busy bee. Still confused? Well, let's find out more from the fitness coordinator of Water Cooled UAE, Harriet. Harriet, good morning.
Good morning.
We have amazing weather today, don't we?
Beautiful.
All right, I could be in bed under my blankets right now, but I chose to be here with you. Tell me a little bit about Water Cooled UAE. What is it all about?
So Water Cooled UAE is a global 5-star water sports service in which our fully qualified instructors teach our guests everything from stand-up paddleboarding, kayaking, wake surfing, windsurfing, all of it.
Now you mentioned paddleboarding a little bit earlier on, and that's something I've sort of dabbled upon in the past a little bit. But today what we're going to do is called SUP-FIT. Tell me what that is.
So with SUP-FIT, we're going to incorporate all different types of exercising from yoga, high intensity interval training and fitness to bring it down onto the board and create that full body workout we were just talking about.
So Harriet, I'm not making any promises. This is my first time. I don't have great balance and I'm already feeling a little bit seasick. But hey, I would try anything once. So let's give it a shot.
Let's give it a go.
All right, guys, you have no idea everything I went to get to this point right here. I was paddling and I nearly had a Tom Hanks in Castaway moment where I nearly drifted off into nowhere. I was going to name my sunglasses Wilson, but fortunately I managed to come back. Harriet, did you think I was just going to drift away?
No. So normally
Please tell me you've seen worse.
Of course. So normally when people get on the boards, it takes a moment to find out how to use it and to see what it feels like.
Yeah.
So we always try and give a bit of instruction, but you kind of just need to find your feet and find the way the paddle works.
You know, it's been a while since I've done yoga, but I almost forgot how relaxing it is and how much it really stretches out your muscles and tension.
Oh my gosh, yes. Yeah. And also on the boards, if you do a SUP yoga session with us, the most relaxing Shavasana you will ever have, I tell you that much.
All right, let's get on with it.
Okay, perfect. We're gonna roll over the knees now, and we're gonna come into a tabletop position on the board. So again, remembering belly button is gonna be in line with the handle, and that just helps us stay as neutral as we can on the board, helping us to balance as well.
Yeah, and if anything goes wrong, I've got this leash on my foot, so you guys can swim down and get me from down under, all right? Okay.
Okay, from here, hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, or if you're feeling a little bit unsteady, you can take the positioning a bit wider. The wider your stance on the board, again, more balance, more stable. From here, we'll take some cat-cows. So again, dynamic movements, warming up through the spine. We inhale, lift the tailbone, lift the chin, taking a dip through the back. Exhale, press the hands down onto the board, tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin, lifting through the spine. Good. From here, inhaling, coming back to a neutral spine. As you exhale, just sit the hips back towards the heels, walk the hands away, coming into a child's pose position, Balasana. The core muscles are compensating that lack of stability and working as hard as they can. So let's give them a little bit more of a test. What we're going to do is we're going to extend the right hand out in front of us and the left foot back behind us. Now keep the fingertips and the toes on the board for now. Belly button's going to tuck into the spine, and from here we're going to lift the arm to shoulder height and the leg to hip height. Perfect. Inhale, reach the fingers and the tips and the toes away. Exhale, see if you can draw your elbow to your knee underneath you. Okay, so we're going to start to move it up now. We're going to do some squats. So in SUP-HIT, so our stand-up paddleboard, high intensity interval training, we are going to use squats as a main factor in what we're going to do. So 3 different options for the squats. Option number 1 is a regular squat. So keeping the knees bent, all we're going to do is send the weight into the heels, squat down and back up to standing. Squat down and back up to standing. Now you can keep it there, or if you prefer, we can go up a notch. All you do this time, lift the heels and squat. Lift the heels and squat. Okay, so squats are a little bit of an introduction. So we've done squats now. Now we're going to move it up to burpees.
You're joking. Burpees.
Exactly. Everyone thinks, Harriet, you're crazy. But no, we can do burpees. Option number 1 is you do it exactly the same as we did the first squat. You squat down, you bring your hands to the board, you step out, you step in, and you come back to standing. So that's option number 1. If you want to take it up a notch, you can take a full burpee. Jumping up, take the hands down, you jump back, jump in, and jump up.
Okay, I'm going to try the first version of it. Harriet, you really don't like me, do you? All right.
I do.
Let's do this. Okay, instructions. What's the first thing I need to do?
Hands come up to the sky. We're going to squat the legs down. From there, bring the hands all the way down to the board, and then just step back one at a time into a high plank. Perfect. When you're ready, step the feet back either side of the handle. Balance yourself out before coming back to standing. Arms lift over the head. Okay, so our last exercise we're going to do as part of the hits, we're going to come down to the board, which you might be happy about. Coming down. All we're going to do...
I'll be happy when I'm back on the shore, but okay.
The last exercise is part of our hit section of today's practice. It's going to be a press up. Now, you might think press up seems a little bit lower intensity than, say, your squats or your burpees. However, doing it on this unstable surface is going to enlist so many more muscles than what we do when we're on land.
I can't wait. Let's do this.
Okay, so what we're going to do, we'll do it on our knees for today. Okay. Hands nice and wide either side of the board. And all I want you to do is bring your shoulders right over your wrists so that the hips drop down in a nice long line. There we go, perfect. From there, elbows come out to the side. We're going to drop the chest towards the board and then press it back up, really using that upper body. Good work, last one. Here we go, I lied with the one more time. Pressing it back up, and then just take a second again, sitting the hips back towards the heels, walk the hands away in Balasana. So as we did with the squats and the burpees, we would normally do those press ups for about 20 seconds with a 10-second rest in between each set, 3 different sets.
Okay, are we good then?
Yeah.
So am I a sub-fit veteran?
You are.
Just by doing one class, I'm joking. Thank you so much, Harry. This has been so much fun. Let's get out of this and cool down with some drink, yeah?
Okay, perfect. Let's do that. So how did you find your experience on the water?
You know, let me be honest with you, I quite enjoyed it. Initially, I wasn't too sure about it, but honestly, I'm actually feeling more seasick on the dock than I did on the water, which is quite funny. And what I really liked about it is that there's a little bit of a danger factor. Am I going to fall off? I need to balance straight, which you don't typically have, you know, in a gym environment. So I thought it was quite challenging, quite exciting that way.
So the question is, are you going to be coming back?
I will come back. I'm going to be sore for a couple of days, but I've enjoyed it, so I don't mind it. But thank you so much, Harriet.
Thank you so much.
Now, I'm sure you guys noticed that I dropped my Elaine Dairy drink down during the shoot, but we managed to get new ones, so we're good. So let's cool off with this, all right? Cheers.
Cheers.
So Harriet's having the orange one, and I'm having my Elaine Dairy pineapple flavor. What's great about this is that there's no added sugar or preservatives. It's a great source of antioxidants, and very good for the immune system as well, and it's hot, so I'm going to drink it anyway. All right, guys, so Harriet said I did pretty good for a first timer, and I promise you I didn't bribe her to say that. All right, now it's time for a breather on the show, and on the other side we have desserts. Relax, it's with a healthy twist.
Hi guys, this is Shahwar Ali and you're watching me on Body and Mind Season 3. Keep watching. Well, my fitness mantra, you have to make your life disciplined. You have to sleep on time, you have to wake up early, and you have to eat healthy food, and you have to work out. Workout means you don't have to go to the gym every day. If you're busy, you can go for a walk, or you can work out at home and go outdoor workout. If you play any sports, you can play sports like any soccer or hockey, whatever you want to do. You have to just take out 1 hour in your daily life, that's all. I make sure I have to take out 1 hour every day for my health. Anyway, like I go for a run, I play football, or I come to the gym. But if I come to the gym, I follow like what I was doing today. Like, you know, I was doing back and biceps. I like doing outdoor workout. I like doing functional training, and this is the most important training, battle rope. So I keep mixing my workouts. I don't follow any particular rules I have to do after this. Sometimes, gym is very busy. So you can't wait for dumbbells, or you can't wait for your, bench press. Whatever weights are free, I do that.
Welcome back to Dove Nourishing Secrets presents Body and Mind Season 3, powered by Elaine Dairy. Now, there are so many guilty pleasures in life, and one such is our universal love affair with desserts. What if I told you that you can continue this affair minus the guilt? Tricky, but not impossible. And we unravel this today at the JW Marriott Marquis. Deny it as much as you want, but there is a little bit of a sweet tooth in each and every one of us. So today I'm joined by a man who likes to make people happy through some of his sweet creations. Chef Savio, who's the executive pastry chef of JW Marriott Marquis. Chef, thank you so much for having me here today.
It's a pleasure to have you here.
Desserts just make me happy and everyone else happy, doesn't it? And especially someone like you who you create so many desserts every single day, particularly during the weekends in a busy property such as this one.
Yeah.
I'm sure you prepare up to 40, 50 desserts, correct?
Yeah, that's only for one brunch, leaving aside the rest of the hotel.
Yeah. What if I asked you to recreate each and every one of them in a more healthy way?
Oh,
Are you
yes.
going to kick me out?
Oh, no way. It's a challenge, and basically it's a demand these days, I would say. I would go with you completely. And if you say, I've actually whipped up a few this evening for you to go through it.
Well, it makes everyone happy eating desserts. Post it is when the guilt starts to creep in. So today we are trying to avoid that. And so Chef Savio has recreated 3 classic desserts with a much more healthy twist to it. So you've recreated a French, American and a German dessert, correct? So let's start with the German one. What is this, Chef?
Oh, that's the apple strudel. That's my hot favorite, or rather something that I really do best. It basically are apples which are cooked in a particular technique. It's all about caramelizing the apples with a very small amount of sugar in this particular recipe. I've avoided using any kind of butter. I've used olive oil instead. But however, the flavor would stay on as it is. Very light difference. But to go complement it, I've also used mango salsa, which has a little spice in it, along with a low-fat ice cream. Something which actually goes, but the twist of adding the salsa comes from me.
Okay, so typically what do you use instead of the mangoes?
Usually it's creme anglaise which goes, which is actually the sauce along with the strudel. But since there's little or no sugar in the apple strudel, it's the sweetness of the mangoes which actually complement the apples and maintain the sweetness and the balance of the whole dish.
So it's really what you've done is use the natural sweetness from the fruit to really elevate the dish, and I really like it. Also, the pastry is nice and flaky on the outside. The apple filling inside is nice and spongy, very juicy and full of goodness, and of course the caramelized mangoes gives it that extra explosion of flavor.
Yes.
All right, moving on to the next dessert. This is a poached pear, and might I add, it is such a stunning dessert. It is the most beautiful dessert that you've laid on this table today.
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about this one.
Basically, again, it boils down to the technique of cooking the pears, whereby I've used the apple juice. I've reduced the apple juice along with saffron, and I've cooked the pears in it till it is soft and tender. It is basically accompanied along with mascarpone cheese, or also kind of a cheese frosting. But again, to maintain the balance, because there's little or no sugar, again, I've used a sugar-free sorbet to balance the composition and the sweetness of the whole dish. So basically, it's a fruity explosion altogether.
Chef, that is so delicious. What is that spice that you've added to the
It's saffron.
to the pear? The saffron. It makes it so delicious. I can't quite, tell what I'm tasting, but it is so rich in flavor and so juicy. And I like how you've used low-fat yogurt instead of mascarpone. That's very clever. Okay, let's move on to our final dessert, which is carrot cake. Honestly, the first time I saw this, I thought this was a black forest because of the chocolate shaving on top. Could you pass that over, please?
Actually, the chocolate is to is a substitute to the amount of sugar that I would use ideally in this recipe. So the whole idea of adding the chocolate is so that you forego and you get the sugar out of your mind. It basically tickles your mind. Instead of using refined flour, I've used whole wheat flour in this particular recipe. The sugar in this particular recipe is about 1/3 the original recipe. So in order to maintain the balance and the sweetness, I decided to go with the chocolate.
I mean, I think it's just fine. I mean, I wouldn't like it any sweeter than this. I like it because it's the first time I've tried carrot cake with chocolate. Literally never tried the combo of the two, but I love chocolate and I love carrot cake, and I think that's a very well put together. Chef,
you.
it's been an absolute pleasure. I, for some reason, don't feel as guilty, although I need to try my level best not to polish this off camera, because that would defeat the whole purpose, because it's all about portion control while you're devouring your desserts. Chef, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
It's a pleasure, yeah. Thank you, Aishwarya.
Our mind often wanders when it comes to desserts, doesn't it? But thanks to Chef Savio for recreating some gorgeous desserts that were less sinful. Now, speaking of less, did you guys know that Elaine camel milk is actually 50% less in fats and saturated fats compared to normal milk? And a low-fat diet, as we all know, reduces the risk of heart diseases considerably. So that's all from this sweet tooth right here. Oh, and speaking of teeth, I'm actually about to meet someone who's going to share some interesting tips when it comes to maintaining dental hygiene. Today we're going to meet another family to find out how they take care of their dental hygiene, and joining me is Fatima, who's a homemaker and mum of 3 beautiful children. Hi Fatima.
Hello.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much.
And on camera we also have Insia, who's Fatima's eldest, and then her youngest over here, who's Nafisa, and we have Burhan there in the corner. Did I get his name right? Burhan?
Burhan.
He's in the corner over there because he's a bit camera shy. Now, before we chat about the kids, because we've been doing that a lot off camera, I want to know a little bit about, you're a parent like myself, and we worry so much about nutrition and making sure they eat healthy. But what about their dental hygiene? And what are some of the natural remedies that you and your family have been following over the years?
Basically, I can say that my mom and my grandmother and all, they were using for the dental health. Always we used to gargle with salt water after every lunch and dinner and all.
Now, Fatima, being a mum of 3 kids, I'm sure you don't really get the chance to run behind them with salt water. Convincing them to gargle would be a whole nother story altogether. So what is a modern day convenient option for you?
Yeah, definitely. It is very true that we are, as a busy mother, we don't get time, and we definitely see things which is ready-made and very easy and the best thing we want for our kids. So definitely I will suggest, and the best toothpaste is Signal toothpaste, what I'm using from very long, and I'm very satisfied with it. And yes, it is having all the natural ingredients in it, which is helping my kids. Basically, it covers up our dental health in check.
Okay. Fabulous. Fatima, thank you so much for having me in your home. And now Nafisa and I are going to continue watching Cocomelon over here, right? Yes, you and I. This is what I really enjoy about this segment, because we get to meet real people. We get to go to the homes of real families and find out how they take care of their dental hygiene, along with some tips and tricks that they have been following for years. Welcome back to Dove Nourishing Secrets presents Body and Mind Season 3, powered by Elaine Dairy. Now, it's so easy to get sucked into the technology and fast-paced life that most modern working women do, like myself. But today, I'm going to hit the pause button. In fact, I'm actually going to turn the clock back round, not by a few years, but by a few centuries. Because that's the sort of treatments that I'll be experiencing today at the So Spa at the Sofitel downtown. Mind you, there's going to be mud from the Dead Sea and stones made from flaming hot volcanoes. Let's find out. After a few days of working long hours,
I couldn't be happier about undergoing some much needed relaxation. Like with most treatments, I first started with the steam room. Spending a few minutes in the steam room is known to decrease the body's production of cortisol, which regulates our stress levels. After about 20 minutes or so, I came out feeling refreshed and ready for the much anticipated Dead Sea mud wrap. As the wrap was being applied, the gentle coarseness of the mud felt simply incredible. The mud includes over 20 enhancing minerals that work to brighten the skin and promote circulation. After the wrap dried to a crust, I went for a quick wash while my therapist heated the hot stones. I had 3 choices for my essential oils, of which I chose Harmony. Once I laid on the massage bed, she applied the oil all over my body before bringing in the good stuff, the hot stones. She massaged me in slow, long strokes before placing the stones in specific points of my body.
Delilah, that treatment was so relaxing.
Thank you.
How do you not do this every day? I would do this every day if I were you.
I know, right?
Yeah, it was really relaxing. Now, the hot stone massage, it's been around for so many years. It's extremely popular. But let's take it from the top. Why is it important to really go into a steam room before any spa treatment?
For the same, it actually prepares you like mentally and body-wise. So it opens up your pores so that your skin can be fresh for the treatment.
So after the steam room, we did the body wrap with the mud. Guys, the mud is from the Dead Sea, somewhere in the waters of Jordan, like surrounded by mountains. It's crazy that I had that on my skin today. Tell me the significance of using the Dead Sea mud on the skin.
For the mud, it helps clogging your pores, and then also it helps if you're having acne or breakouts.
Unclogging the pores, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then also if you're having like a dry skin, it's very actually good for that, for dry skin.
It also helps with acne, is it true?
Yeah, it helps with acne and breakouts. It really helps in that.
I've also read somewhere that it's good for people who have psoriasis, is it true?
Yeah, also good for people who have psoriasis. It helps them a lot also.
And it's got a lot of minerals in it, doesn't it?
Yeah, like it has potassium, sodium, so these minerals helps actually in that.
Yeah. And tell me, why is it important to let the mud dry on your skin, and it dries to like a ashy gray color? It dries to ashes. I could have pretty much dusted it off my skin.
Yeah.
Why do we do that?
For the mud, it's actually good because it helps it absorb the minerals inside your body, and then also it tightens in the minerals.
So basically the drying of the mud helps the skin absorb all the goodness of it and close the pores because the steaming opened it, and this one closes and tightens the pores. Yes. Okay, fantastic. After I washed off the scrub, that's when the best part, in my opinion, starts, which is the hot stone massage. I've done hot stone massage a few times in the past, and it's something that's been around for a very, very long time. And I do see the appeal because, I mean, for someone like me who's always on the go, out and about, my body's always, under stress, and I've got a lot of muscle tension. Would you say that something like a hot stone massage is beneficial for me?
Yeah, actually, hot stone is the best treatment for that because it helps in the muscle tensions and then ease pain if you're having any pain. And then also insomnia. If you don't sleep too much, hot stone will help for that.
Okay, so that means I'm going to be sleeping like a baby tonight after that wonderful treatment. And I really enjoyed that. And while my tea gets cold, I'm going to finish this. Delilah, I'm going to come back and you have to suggest more treatments for me to try out.
Yeah, looking forward to coming. Thanks for coming.
Well, I haven't been to the Dead Sea or anywhere close to a volcano for that matter. I'm happy that I got to experience a little bit of both today. All right, guys, so that's all on this week's show, but make sure you tune in again same time next week as I have a lot more exciting and interesting therapies for you, amongst other things. So until then, stay happy, stay healthy, and keep smiling.